There was once a young man, and he left behind his parents, his family, for it was time for him to make his own way in the world. And he walked, but he did not know where. He did not know which direction. But then he remembered that there was a sacred mountain, and that if he climbed to the top of that mountain, there he would find a sacred bell. And if he listened to the sound of the sacred bell, then perhaps he would know which direction to take in the world. So the young man went to that mountain and he began to climb. All through the day he climbed, and the day was long, and the sun was hot. And as he came towards the top of the mountain, tired, he suddenly noticed a huge snake. And in its mouth, the snake had a bird, a fledgling, a young bird not yet fully grown. And the young man took a rock from the ground and he threw it hard at the snake, and the snake was killed. And the bird flew free and away. The young man continued, climbing towards the top of the mountain. But the day was long and the sun was hot. And now, as it came towards the end of the day, he was surprised to see a house near the top of the mountain. And outside the house there stood a beautiful woman with long hair, smooth skin. And she greeted him and invited him inside. And there she fed him with delicious food. And the young man was tired and he was hungry, and he ate the food and he was ready to sleep. And she showed him where he might sleep. But soon he woke up as if in a strange dream. He felt that he was being crushed, a great force against his chest, as if the life was being squeezed from him. And he opened his eyes to find that coiled around him was a snake. Tight, the snake coiled itself around him. He could not breathe. Help me, what is happening to me? Help me. And then the snake, she spoke. You killed my husband with a rock, and now I will take your life. No, gasped the young man. Do not take my life. I did not know this was your husband I killed. I wanted to protect the young bird. Oh, save me, help. But he could feel the breath was being taken from his lungs and he was losing his consciousness. But now, the snake wife, she spoke again. I will save you if you can make the sacred bell of the mountain ring, not once, but twice. How? Gasped the young man. When you have me trapped here. The snake wife, she just laughed. And then, as the young man lost consciousness and prepared for his death, he heard in the distance and the snake wife, she slithered from him and away and disappeared. And when he opened his eyes, there was no house. He was near the top of the mountain. And he walked. And when he came to the top of the mountain, there was the sacred bell. And he wondered, how did the bell ring? How was his life saved? But then looking, he saw beneath the bell upon the ground were the bodies of two dead birds. You know who they were. The mother and the father of the young bird that had flown away. They had given their lives. And when the young man walked down the mountain, he thought about the meaning of this experience.